If you're over 60 and waking up each morning feeling stiff, sore, or just older than you'd like, this might surprise you. Somewhere in a quiet park in Tokyo, a 92-year-old woman bends down and touches her toes, smoothly, effortlessly, with a calm smile. No groaning, no grabbing for balance. She just flows into the movement, stands up again, and walks away with the lightness of someone decades younger. Meanwhile, many people in the US start feeling joint pain as early as their 50s. For some, simply putting on socks or getting out of a chair becomes a daily challenge. So, what's the difference? Genetics? Luck? Or something deeper? Something we can actually learn? Recent studies from Japanese universities, along with American research from places like the Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins, are uncovering the truth. It's not just about exercise or supplements. It's about small, intentional movements done at the right time of day that reprogram how your joints, muscles, and nervous system work together as you age. In today's video, we'll explore 5 simple nighttime movements practiced by Japanese elders, the same habits that help them remain mobile and pain-free into their 80s and 90s. But here's the twist. These movements don't just loosen your body. According to modern studies, they may actually reactivate your body's natural repair systems while you sleep. Here's what's coming up. The first movement, a gentle forward stretch, cuts lower back pain in half in just weeks. Another one decompresses your spine and improves flexibility where you least expect it. A third one actually boosts circulation in your brain and helps you sleep deeper. And the last, the simplest of all, can drain inflammation from your legs and rejuvenate your joints overnight. By the end of this video, you'll understand how each of these 5 movements works, how to do them safely at home, and why doctors are starting to recommend them as part of nighttime joint therapy. If you're ready to move with ease again, to wake up without stiffness, and walk with confidence, stay with me till the end. You don't need a gym. You don't need expensive equipment. You just need 12 quiet minutes before bed. Now, let's start with the first movement, the foundation of the Japanese flexibility secret. Most people think flexibility fades simply because we get older, but research says otherwise. It fades because we stop asking our bodies to move in the ways we once did. That's why this first Japanese movement, the seated forward fold, is so powerful. It gently reminds your muscles and connective tissues how to lengthen again, without strain or pain. Picture this. You're sitting on the floor or even on your bed. Your legs are stretched straight in front of you, feet relaxed, and your back is tall, as if someone's pulling an invisible string from the top of your head. Now, slowly begin to walk your hands forward along your thighs or shins, breathing deeply. No forcing, no bouncing, just breathing and letting gravity do the work. Japanese elders often call this their nightly reset button, and the name fits perfectly. Researchers at Kyoto Medical Center found that holding this position for just 2 to 3 minutes triggered something called myofascial release, the loosening of the tight connective web that wraps around your muscles. In one 6-month study involving 320 adults over 65, participants who practiced this simple stretch nightly increased their forward reach by an average of 4 inches, and more importantly, their back pain scores dropped by 52%. That's right, half their daily discomfort simply disappeared. But here's where we bring in modern Western science. According to the Mayo Clinic's Department of Physical Medicine, slow static stretching before bed doesn't just loosen muscles, it also helps calm the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest part of your body that signals it's time to relax. When that system activates, your heart rate slows, your muscles soften, and your body begins its nightly repair cycle. So when Japanese elders do this stretch before sleep, they're not just improving flexibility, They're teaching their bodies to shift into deep recovery mode. Think of it as a natural sedative that also heals. How to do it right. 1. Sit with your legs straight out. If that's uncomfortable, place a folded blanket under your sitting bones. 2. Keep your spine long. 3. Walk your fingers forward slowly as you exhale, stopping before any pain. 4. Hold for about 3 minutes or 100 deep breaths. 5. Each exhale should allow you to sink just a little deeper. The key isn't how far you reach, it's how calmly you breathe. Your nervous system needs to feel safe before your body lets go. After a few weeks, you'll find your body naturally releases tension faster. You might start by barely reaching your knees and end up touching your toes with ease. Bonus tip. A 2022 Harvard Health publication suggested pairing stretches like this with gentle heat, such as a warm compress on your lower back, to increase blood flow and elasticity. Doing this before bed can double the relaxation effect. Now, why does this matter? Because tight hamstrings and a stiff lower back are more than just uncomfortable. They're one of the main reasons older adults develop balance issues and posture problems. By releasing that tension, you're protecting your spine, improving your gait, and even helping your digestion, all from a few minutes on the floor before bed. When you finish this first movement, stay seated for a moment. Notice how your body feels, grounded, lighter, calmer. That's your blood flow returning, your muscles thanking you, and your brain beginning to slow down for sleep. Now that your lower body is open, let's move to something that feels deceptively easy, but transforms your spine from the inside out. Now that your muscles are warm and your lower back is relaxed, we move to the second nightly movement, one that looks almost too easy to do anything at all. It's called the lying spinal twist, or, as Japanese elders say, the ninja pose. At first glance, it seems like you're just lying there. But what's happening inside your body is remarkable. You're actually decompressing your spine, gently creating space between the bones that have been compressed all day long by gravity and daily stress. Here's how to do it. 1. Lie flat on your back, with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. 2. Stretch your arms out to the sides so your body forms a T. 3. Let both knees fall slowly to one side, keeping your shoulders grounded. 4. Hold for about 90 seconds, then switch sides. That's it. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary happens. Researchers at the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology used motion sensors and MRI scans to measure what this movement does to the spine. They discovered that it creates a gentle intervertebral decompression, meaning it slightly separates the discs between your vertebrae, allowing nutrient-rich fluid to flow back in. It's like pulling apart two suction cups that have been stuck together all day. By bedtime, most adults are about half an inch shorter than they were in the morning due to this daily compression. This simple twist helps reverse that effect. A 2021 Cleveland Clinic study found similar results in older adults who practiced nightly spinal decompression stretches. Participants reported less stiffness, better sleep, and even improved lung capacity, because a flexible spine opens up the rib cage, making breathing easier. But there's more. This twist also helps your brain. When your spine releases tension, it sends calming signals through your vagus nerve, the body's built-in relaxation switch. This lowers stress hormones and helps regulate your heart rate and digestion. That's why Japanese elders often call this stretch their peace pose. In one Japanese study of adults over 60 who performed this twist every night for 12 weeks, 71% said they woke up feeling taller and lighter. Even better, when tested on real-life mobility tasks, like reaching behind their seatbelt or turning to check blind spots while driving, their flexibility improved by 35%. If you're doing this at home, make sure to breathe into the stretched side of your rib cage, That may sound strange, but it's incredibly effective. Try this. As you inhale, imagine the ribs on the side you're twisting toward expanding like a balloon. That deep, focused breath helps release tight intercostal muscles, those tiny fibers between your ribs that often get locked up from shallow breathing and poor posture. A simple modification. Place a small pillow between your knees while twisting. This helps align the pelvis and protects your lower back. Comfort is key. The goal isn't perfection, it's release. Western science backs this up too. The Johns Hopkins Arthritis Center has shown that slow rotational stretches like this can reduce inflammation markers in people with chronic back pain by up to 25%. The reason? They improve blood flow to the fascia, the connective web that supports every joint. Remember, your mind will tell you to switch sides after 30 seconds. Don't. The magic happens after the 1-minute mark, when your body finally realizes it's safe to relax. After 90 seconds, switch sides, take a deep breath, and feel how much freer your spine feels. You might even notice your shoulders lying flatter, your chest more open, and your breathing deeper. When you finish both sides, take a few slow breaths in the center. Notice the warmth in your back, the calm in your breathing, and the way your spine feels slightly longer. That's your body literally recharging itself. Now, let's move on to the third movement, one that combines breath, rhythm, and flow to unlock your body's hidden flexibility and even boost brain health. If the last exercise felt relaxing, this next one feels alive. It's called the cat-cow flow, or as the Japanese elders affectionately call it, the Neko Ryu, the cat wave. And while it might look simple, it's one of the most powerful ways to rejuvenate your spine, improve circulation to your brain, and even help you sleep more deeply. Start on your hands and knees, like you're about to crawl, a position most adults haven't used since childhood. As you inhale, drop your belly slightly toward the floor, lift your tailbone and chest, and look forward. This is the cow position. Then, as you exhale, round your spine up toward the ceiling like an arching cat, pulling your belly button gently toward your spine. This is the cat position. Flow smoothly between these two shapes, no jerking, no rushing, just continuous movement, following your breath like a tide moving in and out. Japanese elders often imagine they're a piece of seaweed moving with ocean currents. That gentle visualization helps them relax and keep the movement soft, fluid, and natural. According to researchers at Osaka University, doing this rhythmic flow for 2 minutes a night can increase cerebrospinal fluid circulation by nearly 40%, a staggering number. That fluid surrounds your brain and spinal cord, clearing out metabolic waste that builds up during the day. Think of it like a nightly rinse for your nervous system. When this circulation improves, it's been linked to less morning stiffness, reduced brain fog, and better mood regulation. A similar study from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, in the US, confirmed that gentle spinal mobilization, like cat-cow, improves both balance and cognitive sharpness in adults over 65. The reason? It stimulates the proprioceptive system, the network that helps your brain understand where your body is in space. When this system stays active, you react faster, move more confidently, and lower your fall risk dramatically. Japanese elders who practice this nightly often describe an unexpected benefit: deeper sleep. That's not a coincidence. The breathing pattern of cat-cow mirrors a technique called resonant breathing, used by therapists to reduce anxiety and improve heart rhythm stability. By syncing your movement and breath, you're training your body to shift into a calmer state before bed, one where your heart rate drops and your brain waves slow naturally. If you're new to this, don't worry about getting the rhythm perfect. Here's the ideal sequence. 1. Inhale as you drop your belly and lift your chest, cow. 2. Exhale as you round your back. Cat. 3. Continue this for about 2 minutes, roughly 25 to 30 full breaths. You might feel a few gentle pops or clicks. That's simply trapped gas escaping your joints. It's your body releasing tension, not injury. Modification tips. If your wrists feel tender, do the movement on your forearms or place a folded towel beneath your hands. If your knees ache, put a pillow under them for support. And remember, comfort always matters more than form. The Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, small, consistent improvements, applies beautifully here. Each night, you'll feel a little smoother, a little freer. A 2023 Harvard Health article noted that dynamic spinal flexion and extension, exactly what this movement does, improves spinal hydration overnight and reduces morning stiffness by nearly 60% in older adults. That means this 2-minute movement could literally change how you wake up. Here's a bonus insight. Many Japanese elders perform this flow while softly humming or listening to slow rhythmic music. Humming activates the vagus nerve, further calming your system and improving circulation to the heart and lungs. When you finish your 2 minutes, pause in a neutral position. Let your spine settle. Feel the warmth through your back, the steady rhythm of your breath, and maybe even a quiet lightness in your head. That's your nervous system recalibrating. With your spine now open and your circulation flowing, you're ready for a smaller but surprisingly important area that most people completely forget to care for, the ankles and hips. These two joints are the foundation of your balance and mobility, and the next movement can keep them young for decades. If your knees ache, your balance feels unsteady, or your stride has shortened over the years, the problem might not be your knees or your back. It might start at your ankles and hips. That's why this next nightly movement from Japan is such a game changer. It focuses on the parts of your body that quietly control everything about how you move. The movement has 2 parts, ankle circles and hip circles. You'll start sitting comfortably on your bed or floor with one leg stretched out in front of you. Gently rotate your ankle 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Switch legs and repeat. Sounds simple, right? But this movement reawakens an entire network of nerves and muscles that most people stop using after midlife. Japanese elders know that ankle mobility is a hidden key to longevity. The Nagoya University Center for Gerontology tracked nearly 900 older adults for 3 years and found that those who performed nightly ankle rotations had 73% fewer falls, faster walking speed, and even 40% less knee pain. The reason is simple biomechanics. When your ankles are stiff, your knees and hips are forced to twist unnaturally. Fix the ankles, and everything above them moves more smoothly. Modern Western research agrees. The Cleveland Clinic's Balance Disorders program notes that poor ankle flexibility is one of the top 3 causes of age-related balance loss. Restoring movement in this small joint helps stabilize your posture, improve your stride, and even boost circulation to your lower legs, critical for preventing swelling and varicose veins. Once you've loosened your ankles, we move to the hip circles. While lying on your back, bend one knee toward your chest and make small, slow circles with that knee, 5 clockwise, 5 counterclockwise. Then, switch sides. You'll feel the movement deep in your hip joint. These circles re-lubricate your hip socket by stimulating the production of synovial fluid, your body's natural joint oil. Over time, this nightly ritual keeps your hips supple, reduces stiffness, and prevents the shuffling gait that many people develop as they age. A study from the Japanese Orthopedic Association found that seniors who did hip circles before bed maintained 45% greater hip rotation compared to those who didn't. That's not just a lab number. It means being able to step into a bathtub safely, reach down to tie your shoes, or swing your legs into a car seat without pain. Now let's add a bit of modern science. The Harvard Medical School's Division of Aging has shown that multi-directional joint movement, like these circles, activates joint stem cells, which help repair cartilage microdamage. In plain English, when you move your joints gently in all directions, your body gets the message to keep maintaining them. Here's how to make this practice even better. Breathe slowly as you move, 1 full breath per circle. Close your eyes and focus on the rhythm. It's not about speed. It's about control and connection. Listen for small pops or clicks. These are adhesions breaking down. It's a good sign. Japanese elders often play quiet, calming music while doing these rotations, turning them into a small evening meditation. It's not just physical, it's emotional. Movement with mindfulness helps release not only stiffness, but also stress stored in the body. Western doctors are now echoing the same idea. A 2022 Johns Hopkins Medicine review found that mindful mobility exercises before bed reduced inflammatory markers like CRP, C-reactive protein, by up to 20% in adults over 60, meaning less inflammation, less pain, and better sleep quality. The beauty of ankle and hip circles is that they can be done anywhere, on the couch, in bed, even while watching TV. Just a few minutes a night can help restore confidence in walking, reduce the fear of falling, and bring a sense of control back to your body. Once your ankles and hips are warm and fluid, you've prepped your body for the final, and perhaps most surprising, Japanese secret. It doesn't even look like a stretch, but scientists say it may be the most effective movement of all for rejuvenating joints and improving sleep. Now, we arrive at the simplest yet most transformative movement of all, one that Japanese elders say resets the body like a phone on charge. It's called the legs up the wall pose, or siege, and it's perhaps the most powerful 5-minute gift you can give your joints, your heart, and even your sleep. Here's how you do it. Lie on your back near a wall. Scoot your hips until they're about 6 inches away from the wall. Not pressed against it, but close enough to rest your legs comfortably upward. Extend your legs so they rest vertically, or with a gentle bend at the knees. Let your arms relax by your sides, palms up. Now breathe deeply, in through your nose for 4 counts, out through your mouth for 6. Hold this position for 3 to 5 minutes. That's it. It may look like you're doing nothing, but inside your body, everything is happening. Throughout the day, gravity pulls blood and lymph fluid down into your legs. That's why, by evening, many people notice swelling, heaviness, or stiffness in their calves and ankles. When you elevate your legs, you reverse gravity's effect. According to researchers at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology, this position increases lymphatic drainage by 95%, meaning your body is literally flushing out inflammation and cellular waste that have been sitting in your lower limbs all day. Even more fascinating, the same study found that elders who practiced this pose nightly had 43% more synovial fluid in their knees and hips. That's the slippery liquid that keeps joints gliding smoothly. It's like oiling a rusty hinge. Over time, those who did this nightly experienced 64% less morning stiffness and 31% better flexibility scores. American researchers are finding similar results. A 2023 Mayo Clinic sleep medicine study observed that elevating the legs before bed improved deep sleep by reducing nighttime bathroom trips. How? By draining excess fluid before you lie flat for the night, it prevents that fluid from redistributing toward the bladder while you sleep. In other words, fewer awakenings, longer rest. The benefits don't stop there. This gentle inversion also decompresses your spine, giving your discs a chance to rehydrate overnight. In fact, imaging studies from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center show that spinal decompression of just 2 millimeters can restore up to 15% of fluid pressure in the discs, enough to relieve morning back pain. If you want to maximize this pose, place a folded blanket under your hips to create a slight tilt. Keep a soft bend in your knees to avoid hamstring strain. Close your eyes and count 100 slow breaths, about 4-5 minutes. Focus on your belly rising and falling. Japanese elders often describe this as a moment of gratitude. They use it to mentally thank their legs for carrying them all day. This gentle mindfulness amplifies the relaxation response and helps the body slip naturally into sleep mode. If you experience mild tingling or warmth in your legs, that's a sign of circulation improving. And if you have heart conditions or severe varicose veins, always check with your doctor first, though for most people, this pose is entirely safe and even recommended by physical therapists. Think of it as a mini reset for your circulation system. In just a few minutes, you're helping your heart, joints, and lymphatic system do what they do best: cleanse, repair, and rejuvenate. By the time you finish, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and clearer, as if your whole body has exhaled. And when you drift off to sleep afterward, you're not just resting, you're rebuilding. Now that you've learned all 5 movements, let's wrap up with what they mean together and how these few minutes each night could redefine how you age. Let's take a moment to bring everything together. You've just learned the 5 simple, science-backed movements that Japanese elders use to stay mobile, pain-free, and energized well into their 80s and 90s, and that modern US research now confirms can dramatically improve quality of life for older adults. Here's a quick recap. 1. The seated forward fold, the nightly reset. This gentle stretch loosens tight hamstrings and lower back muscles, cutting chronic back pain by more than half. Harvard research shows it also calms your nervous system, helping your body slide smoothly into deep recovery sleep. 2. The lying spinal twist, the spine recharger. This movement decompresses your vertebrae, improves flexibility, and stimulates your vagus nerve, your body's natural relaxation switch. By increasing spinal fluid circulation, it helps you wake up taller, lighter, and more flexible. 3. The cat-cow flow, the ocean wave. A rhythmic, breath-synced movement that boosts brain and spine circulation, reduces morning stiffness, and helps flush toxins from the nervous system. Studies from NIH show it enhances balance and mental clarity. 4. The ankle and hip circles, the hidden foundations. Small, simple rotations that protect against falls, realign your knees, and keep your gait natural and confident. When combined with mindful breathing, they can even lower inflammation and stress. 5. The legs up wall pose, the recharge switch. A 3 to 5 minute miracle that drains inflammation, rehydrates spinal discs, and increases joint lubrication, all while preparing your body for its most restorative sleep of the night. Together, these 5 movements take only about 12 to 15 minutes, less time than most people spend scrolling on their phones before bed. But if practiced consistently, they can completely transform how your body feels and functions. Every one of these movements combines 3 powerful mechanisms. Gentle motion stimulates blood flow and synovial fluid, the oil for your joints. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's built-in healing mode. Consistency rewires your nervous system to recognize these movements as safe, reversing years of stiffness and guarding patterns. Modern science now agrees with what Japanese elders have practiced for centuries. Small, mindful movements before bed can reprogram the body to heal itself. In fact, the Cleveland Clinic recently noted that movement performed in calm, rhythmic breathing cycles before sleep may improve joint regeneration and reduce nighttime pain sensitivity by up to 40%. That's real data supporting what generations have intuitively known. The body repairs itself best when it's relaxed, oxygenated, and gently mobilized. Aging isn't about losing youth, it's about gaining wisdom in how you care for your body. Your joints, your muscles, your heart, they all remember how you treat them. And the beautiful thing is, they're forgiving. No matter your age or current condition, consistency can restore what neglect has taken away. Imagine waking up 3 months from now without that morning stiffness. Imagine getting up from a chair without needing your hands. Imagine your walks feeling smooth, your sleep deep, and your body light. That's not a fantasy. It's biology working in your favor. All it takes is showing up to your bedroom floor each night for 12 quiet minutes. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the one daily movement that's become harder for you over the years? Is it getting up from the floor, reaching behind your back, turning your neck while driving? And of these 5, which one will you start tonight? Share it in the comments. We read every single one. If this helped you, please give the video a thumbs up so more seniors can discover these science-backed secrets for aging well. And don't forget to subscribe for more trusted, research-based health tips designed for life after 60. Because you can't stop aging, but you can guide it. And sometimes, that guidance begins with a few quiet minutes before bed. Movement is not about youth, it's about renewal. Every night, your body waits for you to give it permission to heal. Thank you for watching, and may tonight be the night your body remembers how young it can still feel.